quite a bit of money, and I set the spread to, I think, 10. I hope those are real pips I set it to. See, spread. I set it to 10 or I set it to 1. I'm not sure. I think maybe I set it to 1. Yeah, because they're giving me the fifth decimal. But it says 10. And so here we go. You'd have to have a team of these bots, on the 1 hour. Now, on the 4 hour chart, it does very good. It makes a lot of money in the 4 hour chart because it's not over trading, and it's putting in a conservative stop. So, yes, these robots will work. And I think it's obvious the settings on this robot on the 1 hour would have to be pretty much where we're at now. This is the euro versus the yen, though. Now, euro versus the yen, if the robot's going to be on during, only certain robots would come on in Asia. Very few robots would trade Asia. And they would have to have a spread filter, so they would place a pending. Okay, now here's another problem. When the criteria is met, now I know there's people out there that write code, and I couldn't write the code, but I could say what the code should be. And not easy to describe, apparently, to the coders, but you're looking for the volatility to go to 7.5, high to low, bid only. Okay, if I put it not in simple terms. If the spread is set to any spread under in Asia, for this one robot, any spread under 3, it's going to put on just a stupid ass trade. It's going to risk like 12 to make 20. Now this is one task. You're talking about 100 scripts running through the day. You've got 10 donated to this dumbass ratio. Everyone's unique. 100 unique tickets per day. No duplication. So, if you're given 100 tickets a day, how many of those tickets, let's say your risk range goes from I'll risk 2 to make 1, all the way to risk 20, or I'll risk 1 to make 20. And the script bank that's available to these robots, or these robots may not trigger, but this is the max. This is the risk of rune number. You have 100 tickets maxed out you can run. After that, it's impossible for a robot to get triggered. What you could set, I don't know. I'm sure this may be too complicated, but I'm trying to think of the most dumb robot. He sees an opportunity, puts in a ticket. Yes, if it's on the 4 hour chart, that's right. Only 6 trades out of that one bot. So maybe you're running 600 tickets. Okay, I lied. You're running 600 tickets a day. You're running 100 tickets every 4 hours. This is a big difference. If you're just sitting there trolling and you got the Goldilocks of, this robot hasn't traded for like 4 days, and now he's trading, he's making money. Because criteria has been met. Before, he was, and this is just, here's another problem. What kind of bot is it? If it's a limit bot, it's probably not going to fill. If it trades on the outskirts of town, It may not fill for the whole month. This one robot is not getting laid all month long, okay? You gotta, I mean, the problem with trading is that, sure, the market can come to a moving average and everything will look all golden there. The golden cross and all this bullshit. It's just that these two harmonics randomly converge. The comet that's coming at you from God fucking knows where, that's about to kill you on your front porch because you didn't buy comet insurance, is not aiming at you. This shit's just happening. Now, before the comet launched, maybe it was a dark star or a black hole, and maybe it's dormant, and now it springs to life because here comes springtime or something. Well, you can get on and ride it as it leaves for wherever void it's filling. And in that, you don't have to be a directional thinker. Now you're just a mathematician. Which, if you've ever hated math in school, it doesn't help you. Because now you just resent that it's just math. And the direction doesn't matter, so you run hedges. Now it's going to cost you more, but you're going to have to expand your ratios to make up for the cost. So what you're doing is you're having a menu with 2 items on it. You've got the high-end shit, low-end shit. Now you've got to keep track of this. Problem is, now you got to spend more time dicking around with that. Sure, I think you do. These price levels and exchange what you call noise, which is just the smaller market where you go. Could it go? The problem actually is that the average weeks and the decisions that a pattern of themselves. And you stamp ability there up. You need a system of the Asian at the market, which would be you're really kept at the market because you would have winners when it's about run up stops or now this is of course because you really every situation this one and you trade out the window as the market goes and place your religion in an uptrend instead of if you got it. Now you see nothing else. Look at this again. Once return to everybody, luckily move. Fuck man, and his target was up here. So no, 20 pips. One more stop hunt before we leave the station. See the stop hunt. Here. Breakout looks like it's going to keep tanking. There's still 4% here. The trailing stop. 10 pip window work. This window is 10 pips. Also, this top becomes the bottom on a wick. The top might slowing down the party. The selling opportunities. Notice to put the wick to you see low volatility. There's structure. Runs is 0 up to Features here for Fibonacci. Yeah, those things Fibonacci that like 3 points. How about the old days? But yeah, it's pretty just stunningly late made. And it's just amazing. Now, like it's not conservative ceremony. So yeah, you know, trying to get my windows. Trying to see front I don't know if it's going. There's not a punt here. Is talking about what about track your other windows. So I think windows you see clearly about glorious extensions. Here just looking at linear just which I have to reload the template. I can see that. Can't see a fucking thing. That's some harmless. It's not everything, you just so I find facts about it. Look at this thing. Get somebody that talks to her for me. 23rd, we can clearly the bright white lines matter. Take up also a couple things. We could have 5 companies. If we now one chart, just you're making shell. If we look at the whole thing in a landscape from on a 4-hour chart with a weekly. We really do. There's two events. Just there. This highway with, you've got to have more than one robot. There's no way. Like, say, got people on smashes his face on the floor. So, your team kind of get trapped here. The criteria is not met. You're only taking bars that are more. Now, you will system a little bit because you're building into that one currency. I'm talking about half. There's going to become a price cost. Time issue. You do something. That'd be not time. It's about doing something out. Because they say about 5 hours. But later, too, if you do one more, if you do a good spot, in order, that is to be 100 pounds, it's 100 pounds. And you're going to bet them. This is what the robots do. Or another robot does a, say it was going to blown out. Narcus, quiet. Your robots that get in a 8-pip stop to make 13. That's the market. This is basically a giant prop house, is what I'm talking about, but in robot terms. So you have you build a robot internally, and he's gonna just get 1,000 pips. He's like up the back, but he's like, how many times is the market per hour? But I'm talking about instead of having the size fits all. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, if you're gonna build a guppy bot, this motherfucker's look 150 pips, right? 200 pips. He's looking to make. You may mark. Probably expand. I see this on our count. In other words, you're not buying as this goes up, selling this into. Not while this has happened, you didn't trust this is out there. You'd be able to retrace all the way here, like see that version. The price pulses, and you've curve fitted that too. So they and in there, and so can you? It's very comfortable. You want to comfortable. The breakout thing, and look, 10 people down here. New lows end of the day. Big retracement back into Asian session. This is the big intention here. 10 pips of the 50. That comes pivot. This I looked at. That's the thing. I don't really care if it's a better or it's just. This is where you'd say, okay, stop entry on the daily. Maybe I'm getting killed. That's the way to go. But listen, there are no page for the top in there. So, I'm getting around 12 tabs at the bottom here. Right here. They make that bigger. Still waiting for updates here. But look at this thing. And that's the daily 50 right on top of 10. But look at stuff here. Actually tell me. I know it's oh fuck, 50 pips. How's your doing? Great. Resistance here. We're still like guys from. And how's this going to help you? Well, well, summer's supposed to I think it's about this 2 weeks ago I said okay. For the robots, right? You can see your limits got filled here. Sell. Cash out. Buy. Sell. Actually, if you had to buy and sell where you just didn't care, you're like, I don't care. It's up. Sell. Down. Buy. You would have sold this. The stop bot gets filled on the south side only. He gets trapped on the north here. Trading is so stupid. Here I put limits and coming into Sunday Open. It's a no-brainer trade. Oh, here we are. We're playing back the market. So let me go to the shit. Wait a second. No. Oh, fuck. Jesus. No, what? Now look what you did. Oh, maybe this is it. Wait. Good work. Nice. Well, anyways. Fuck that up. Okay, well, let's pick a smaller sample set. Yeah, it's not even making money. Skip to we go. Now this is the robot on the 1 hour. He doesn't do very well in the 1 hour. Spreads set at 1 pip. The 4 hour he kills it. I haven't run the Euro Yen. Now, if I put it on the guppy, pick a bad spread maybe, but the delta in the robot would need to be adjusted. Yeah, here you go. It's chunking away. The problem is, if the market should get super noisy, it'll get killed. So this is non-directional trading. There's no mention of trend on this. But I don't know. We've done 280 trades there. So yeah, if you can imagine really tight spreads, if you're paying commissions, like a flat fee, like it's like flat shipping fees, on your business, then it's just about units, and that would make a big difference, right? Because if they're doing it by, unfortunately, I can't see it play back on the chart. But there you go. So with the settings, risk 16 initial with a 10 pip trailing stop. A lot of these profits are just made because it just gets stopped out. So here money management's playing a role. But it looks just like the market. Notice it looks just like the market because it is the market from a objective, logical entry standpoint. So it is the market. It's contoured with a gauge of pips risk, pip risk, not dollar risk. But yeah, it's doing pretty fair. It's doing fairly good now. I'm about to release this team of bots if I can get to run on the XP because I can have it churn away. I guess I just need a fast Windows 8 computer. I hate Windows 10 because it keeps asking me to fucking update it, and I'm going to fucking crush it with a goddamn hammer pretty soon here. I'm just, like, I'm over it. Dude, I don't need an update. I'll take the ugly wife I have. So, she's pretty on the inside. Of course she is. So yeah, so far this thing's kind of making it's actually kind of proving me wrong a little bit. Because I said it does really good on the 4 hour. But it kills it on the 1 hour, it looks like. Pretty good. Like, I wouldn't want to babysit all that shit. But like I said, it's about the settings. There's a guy that does grid trading thing, expert trader. So people ask me, hey, what do you think of this guy? Well, it all works, okay? You just have to run it. The worst technician, the worst fucking designer, they all succeed, it seems like, in a world where, like you just show up. You may only be making 50% what you can make, but you showed up. You'd making 0% if you didn't show up. So the robot's showing up. That's one thing I can say for the fucking work ethic of a robot is it doesn't fucking have one. It's showing up. Yeah, I think I was pretty fascinated, and this goes back 8 years now, when I first saw, well, the word expert advisor, I was already triggered. I'm like, what kind of expert? Like, I was already like, the word expert to me meant, yeah, you were a pert, now you're an expert. So, and then they said advisor, and I said, I'll be the only one doing the advising around here. So, it just happens to be that fuck the expert advisor. I know what I'm doing. How dare you? I didn't even know what it was. Like, it's losing money now. See, I told you, expert advisor. And what it is that the change. Now, if you started this robot here, you'd say, holy shit, I'm getting my ass kicked, right? And I don't know dollar-wise what this is. Let me stretch this out. Just go for full statistics. Okay, so here you would say, well, I definitely wanted to buy this pullback here. But yeah, I could take this robot and I could take the same data set and run a different robot and write down those numbers. Now, this is very tedious work. And, for the right person, this is a perfect fit. If you're a complete fucking nerdazoid and you won't mind that, okay, you just documented this on that. And you're not curve fitting. You're just going to run, you're pip fitting, though. You are volatility fitting. In other words, when the market is about to go ballistic, and you don't want to be the guy responsible for chasing it. You just turn on your breakout bot, and you could have it, I suppose, directionally. You could say, oh, just go long. Now, what I can do is tell the robot, just go long. But I bet you it will not make as much money. Because the beauty of non-directional trading is it doesn't give a fuck and it takes subjective view. Now, that data set was entirely too long. So, I guess this is going to be a long video. Let me pick a tighter range. And I'm just going to blindly pick a range where you can complete different. I'm gonna estimate my. Okay, this is just 2 months. Let me see. I think I might accidentally deleted that one chart. Okay. Let me throw my magical template in. This is the white lines matter. Oops. No data. Shit. Oh, it crashed. Okay. Yeah. There's not enough data. I don't know why this, I guess, just happens. Here we go. Oh, shit. Slow down, baby. Wait. No. Okay, see, now watch the trailing stop start to fill in here. We can get a clue for what's going on here now. How this thing's thinking. Now, this is the, made just a little bit of money there. Now, what it's doing is, so I've studied this quite extensively. I can save you a lot of heartache. Okay, now watch it run the trailing stop here. It should move it, cancel replace. It's not expanding the take profit, but that's okay. It's actually in a big position too. So that's part of the reason why it makes quite a bit of money, money-wise. So that looks impressive, I'm up $700, first trade. Now, depending on when I start the bot, let me just, I'm going to put a template on here and speed it up. Oh, I guess just a wait. Not good at that. I'm waiting for the next hour to go by. Maybe we can watch it go. You can see it, watch it trail stop. You should be able to see it move it. I didn't seem to get a chance there. Okay, now it's getting its ass kicked. It is in the 1 hour chart. It's trading every time it sees a criteria. There, it just moved the trailing stop. It's selling. I can't really agree with that. Now, watch me run it on the 4 hour. It kills on the 4 hour. I think the 4 hour team would be great. And another broker that's 2 hours away from the other broker. You need a broker that's offset his 4 hour updates by 2 hours. This way you can take advantage of, you can smooth out your entry, get better signals. So here's on the 4 hour chart. It makes a killing. I'm pretty sure. It's not over trading it. It's got to, see, it's only doing like, oh God, how many trades a week? Let me put my template on, although I don't get, shit. Here. Holy shit, fuck. Oh my, that's too much. I gotta take off the grid. Oh boy. Oh, this is handles. Okay. There we go. Oh, gee, that's not gonna... We gotta delete the objects here. Uh-oh. I think I just destroyed it. Wait. One? Fuck it. We'll just let it go. You just have to bear these insanely large... Okay, this is the 4-hour chart. That's 10 pip, gray and white. It just beefed up right around current price. Okay, so we did have a drawdown there. It's trading 2 standard lots. The criteria is very... that's maximum zoom in. That's another problem with MetaTrader is... okay, I don't even see it putting a trade on. It just bought. Now, I can't agree with that trade, but it did it. It's going up. It's not what I would do, but this, like I said, this is really a money management bot in a way. Let me see if I can skip to the end here. Okay, so this is trading the 4-hour chart now. And, it's about a 2-month period, so it's done 60 trades. It's doing about, I don't know, maybe 10 trades a week. Very select criteria, very precise, one-trick pony, 16 pip initial stop, looking to make 32, 2 standard lots. It just kills on the 4-hour, man, because the data's smoother. The 4-hour breakout bot. Yeah, just let a team of these things go at it, dude. You don't even have to watch the market, honestly. I think this really is, and I don't really know why it took that trade back there. But maybe it's looking at 1-hour data, I don't know. It does really good. And only on this broker. This broker has a ton of data, I think. I think. But this is something that you just set it and forget it, dude. Get yourself 10 accounts and run, or get yourself 10 robots with separate magic numbers, run them on one instrument. Because you have to really be aware of this, the stop and stuff. Now this is going to make 10 pips at least, so it's making some money here. Okay, what do we have here? At the beginning of the week, we did one trade. We did, how many trades did we do there? Let's take a little looky-poo. Okay, here's the ATR trigger. Here we have an ATR of X, so it takes trades here because of this low ATR. I love the way it trades. So basically this is it. I mean, somebody asked me, look at it got filled here, but it looks like it put the trades on here after the delta shrank. So far, some people, so far this is the only robot that I've been able to get to work. Now, I have all the settings written into the name. This is as far as I've gotten. Nothing else seems to work. I do have my limit bot, which I really want to, if it's in here, I'd run that. Now, the limit bot is, these strategy bot, if I could get this criteria to trigger that, maybe try to paste this code into the other code. Like I said, it's a real, like you have to really plan to make 3 hours available of your life to dicking with this shit. Now, I'm going to run this. This is a very extreme difference here. 22 to make 44 with laggy settings. This is going to trade 1.5 lots. So the dollar-wise isn't going to make as much sense. I think that's 1.5. Let's just see if I can remember. we made 28 grand, and we made 18 grand. Let's run this one. We'll watch it trade at hyperspace speed. I put a dampening on this one. It's looking for seriously low volatility. So this is where the ATR, if you're going to smooth that, it's going to trade so infrequently. But so if you're an impulsive person, you're going to build impulsive robots. You're trying to build a robot that does something different than you. You need an opposite bot because you're just going to do that trade anyways. So you're already that programmed that way. You're trying to get something that's going to do something. Okay, so now this is a whole different higher risk, slightly smaller size, I think. Yeah, 1.5 standard lot. So I just changed the size by a little bit. And this might get killed because it's risking 22 pips now. And the trailing stop on that is, this is a greedy bot. The trailing stop is set at 12. Now let me skip to the end because I had none of the patience for that. Let's see how it does. Same time scope. Greedier profits. Slightly more risk. A looser trailing stop. We were at 28 grand at the last run. Now, if both of these robots are running, so that the test needs to be done real time forward with, and you'd have to run the 12 pip stop probably on this one because of the fact that it's a euro. It's not realistic what you're seeing here because we don't have the floating spread to chop us and trap us at the delta entry for breakout. So, but it gives you a gauge of a fixed pip broker, maybe. But maybe he's slamming the market around so hard that it's just like the spread got wide anyways. So let's play back. It's painstaking just to watch that play back. It's in an uptrend. It looks like it's trading more. I don't know. I didn't count that number of trades last time. I should have kept track of that. But yeah, you need to have like you need to be like dialing these into the market and stuff. Like I said, 4-hour chart looks like it only trades like 3 trades a day. It's looking for like 3 bars. 12-hour setup. 12-hour lack of volatility triggers the bot at this one particular size and stop. So it didn't make as much money. Wasn't scalping. So that, and of course the criteria for entry. Now I'll put these tighter settings in. Same size. Tighter settings. So here we only made to 23. I would start with the same stop, take profit and all that, but we're going to go for different criteria entry. Okay. We're going to wait in the skip 2. I do like to watch it trade though. Okay, let's just skip 2, see if we get a different. It should trade more trades. Not waiting for all that filtering. Tight filters. But it could overtrade, so it's a drawback. Okay, so anyways. And of course the template. So I think we made it to 28. This has a nice, gives the market a lot of room. But see, this is very low lag. This is really hugging price. Trying to get to like 40. Make 30,000 here. So I think the tighter the settings to me, this is zero lag. I can see that ATR set at 14. I mean, I don't know what the fuck these people are talking about, dude. If you're breakout trading, you got to get as Gacy says, yeah, get on your knees and get on it. So you gotta get on it, man. It's taking off, right? So 28 was. I'm starting to get a little chopped here, but yeah, this is this is something you do on the weekends. Testing. Plenty of time on holidays to test out your theories. But I do think that if I give it a bad spread, and I can get it to trade with a bad spread, it's more realistic. So here it just didn't quite do very well. Now, let me do the tightest settings. Let me look for a bot that's a real scalp bot. Gosh, I know that I got one down here that just kills it. 8 pip trailing stop. Now here's the argument for bad ratios, or just scalping. This is about the scalpiest thing I have. Right there. Well, that should kill it. In a perfect world of this unrealistic spread. Waiting for data to come in. 4-hour chart. I think I got it. Oh shit, I got way more than 2 months. I got 5 months data, 6 months. Yeah, this is a scalping whore. So, right, it's trying to make all of 26 pips with a 12 pip stop. So double your money. Very tight stop, 8 pips. So this is why the robot's going to make more money in playback with a 1 pip stop, because it's only risking 9 pips per trade. Worst case scenario, it takes 9 pips and runs. That's why this guy was showing me this thing. Oh, look how much money this makes. Well, of course. If I tighten that spread and I run 5 pip trailing stops, which I do have that bot in here, and just have it trade its ass off. I mean, imagine the guppy with a 1 pip spread. The robot would look like, Jesus Christ. I mean, the breakouts are amazing, but all breakouts have built into them the spread. I mean, it's expansion of the spread and the breakout simultaneously. It's giving you shitty fill on a goober entry. So this is goober trader trading at its best here. It's all stop entry. And this is very tight money management. So it trades the way you expect it to trade based on the settings and fictitious data that I've given it. So yeah, how to smooth out your equity curve. Yeah, just fucking. Plus I could run this on the, now if I go to the, if I gave it a 0 spread, just for kicks, give it a 0 spread, put on the 5-minute chart. It's looking for criteria of trying to make 8 pips, trying to make 3 pips. It's going to make money, right? And so for kicks, you could just say, let me paint a scenario of this, an idealistic. See, now that's the most money it's made. And I could let that keep trading. So what if I did put this on the 1-hour chart and I told that the spread is 2 pips, or very tight, right? It's going to kill it, right? It should. Maybe it gets chopped to death still. It's getting its ass kicked, see? It's over trading. Delta would have to be reset to something super tiny. I don't know. I guess it just proved me wrong there. It just had a little slump there. So it did pretty good. Traded the shit out of it. So if I go and dive into the settings here, I think the delta is maybe included in that. Let me run the scalp bot. I think I had to smooth out the data here to give it, so it was over trading. And as the closer we get to the very tight stops, maybe I'm wrong on this one too. I put smoothed out the triggers to get in, so it doesn't trade very often, as you see. I'm looking for some psychotically tight ATRs have to drift down to nothing. Let's get to the end of the story. Yes. Oh, getting a little punished there. Anytime I see it go down, I'm thinking it's not good. I want to see pretty successful. Now, I know in the half hour it's going to get annihilated, but the thing is since my settings are so smooth, this would be, and sometimes it will not even run on the half hour. 15-minute, if you don't smooth out this data, I think the account blows up before you get to see it blow up. It just kills the bot. Like when I first ran the expert advisors, I'm like, damn, I can't even get the thing to run. I picked a fictitious spread here, but I'm just seeing as far as it goes in terms of if you had a ECN broker and you paid flat commissions, you could just take a linear price out of. You could see how many times it traded and did the math on that. So this is why you'd want to trade with commissions and a tight spread, is so you could do your bookkeeping without getting tortured by, well, the spread went wide, it went tight, it went wide, it went tight. Here it looks like I crashed the robot. I wasn't paying attention. We cannot trade any thinner than the 1 hour. Let me put this super tight. Now this is a real scalper. 1 hour. 8 pip trailing stop. So this thing was trading 2 standard lots. Oof. It's getting hammered. It's very active trader. Filter is set to like none. It just trades. We took a hit there. On the 1 hour. So the thing would be tested like this, then put on a shitty spread and see if it doesn't blow it up. Now watch this. I'll give it a spread of like 30 pips or 3 pips. It's probably going to get annihilated. See, it's going to blow it up. This is why people don't understand the spread, how in a breakout system, look at this. Now there's a whole different, now this robot's getting crushed. But what if I take it to the 4 hour chart? Now it's going to undertrade, and now it will probably survive, right? Take forever to process the data now. Don't ask me why. It's a bigger time frame. So I have a bad spread of 3. It's not that bad. But that's to be your typical, retail spread. And it's not over trading, see? It's trading like once a day. One a day vitamins. Came in Asia, there came in something there. So it makes quite a bit of difference. So everything works, right? If you get the frequency, the sizing. Look at this dumb mechanical system. It's not blown up the account yet. I have a bad spread. I could probably get away with some really bad spreads, man. Just depends how much money you got, If you're running 50 pip stops, right? I get 4-hour chart. And this is a scalp system here. I mean, it's trying to make... Well, it's going to make 22 pips with an 8 pip stop, so it's got good ratios, right? Robust ratio. I would let this thing trade another instrument with this god-awful spread. Right? 4-hour chart. So now that I've picked that time range, I mean, settings are just so critical. But there's no fucking way. I mean, unless you've got tight spreads. So imagine you're scalping the market. You see how hard it is? If your entry's off by 3 pips, this robot got its ass kicked trying to scalp a 1-hour chart. It's not even worth it, man. To some people. If you don't have a day job and you're babysitting the market, yeah, you can sit there and go, dude, I just made the 20 pips. I just made $200. I just made $2,000. Absolutely. But don't forget, you're stalking this thing, you're babysitting it, your brain's coming unwrapped because you see it moving. You see all these opportunities. 4-hour robot trading with a 10 pip spread. Worst case scenarios on the guppy. So this is a scalp bot. It did get clobbered here. Let me go run the same thing on the euro to the dollar. How about the guppy? Right. Let's see how it does on the guppy. This would be unrealistic because this would be like zero spread on the guppy, right? In essence. Look at this thing. Look at the volatility on this thing. Are you kidding me? I'm running 8 pip stop. I'm scalping the guppy. It's not doing too bad. Skip to the end. So I haven't changed anything but the instrument. Which I've changed the volatility in a way. Quite a bit, right? Oh, I love the trading guppy. Look how much money makes. But yeah, I put this spread as something realistic here. Yeah, every instrument's different. And the breakout systems on something like this that runs like a horror, oh, it's killing it. So we could trade the guppy with a 3 pip fixed spread supposedly here. Breakouts. Right? Breakouts. We know what it's thinking. The settings are pretty tight. It's trading 2 standard lots in the guppy. It's killing it, dude. It's a money machine. The holy grail is settings to instrument. Position sizing, I guess, depends how much money. We could go into a drawdown here, but so far it's just crushing on the 4-hour. Now, on a different broker, their 4-hour data sucks. Uniglobe seems to have quite a bit of money going, trades going through this. I don't know. That's why I'm using Uniglobe. Suppose you can get data from somewhere, I don't know. I'm doing every tick. Supposed to be precise. So yeah, that's a guppy. Now, what if I go trade the British pound with the same... Here, I'll go trade the euro pound. Same bot. Bad spread. My broker's got a tighter spread than that. But yeah, I'm willing to trade with real money on these 4-hour bots. I would trade real money on the 4-hour bot and see what we get out of that. Like I said, start with a scalp bot. I think the scalp bot needs to be there first, you know, because you got to get that initial thing going. But yeah, this is the story, man. So the money bot. Yes, because guess what? The robots are here. We have to accept this reality. And it can be artistic venture. It doesn't have to be dry. It can be wet. I don't see the point of... I mean, the ego's too involved in even though the word prediction is this Nostradamus. My buddy, the couch surfer gypsy dude. Oh, and I got in a fight with my tequila buddy. Go figure, right? He's got a sinus infection, and it's like, oh God, you poor thing, dude. You drink tequila, okay? I can't believe you're alive. You got a sinus. You know, my whole family's sick. So yeah, this guy's like big help. He's real big fucking help. Okay, it's trading the euro to the pound now. So I have a bad spread on this. So always test with a bad spread to be more realistic. But I'm liking the settings on this. Now this is just, I would take this robot, open a real, I run Trader's Way probably on it, and just run it, let it go. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to run it on the other computer, and then I would just get it. I would just, you know, computers only cost like $100 a piece now. A tablet, you know, whatever. Like I said, the problem with the Windows 10 on your tablet is I tried to hack into the terminal window and turn off the updates. It was only successful slightly. It's back. So you need some type of Windows 8 system. Just go to eBay. Get a computer. You don't even need a good monitor. You just need get a $20 monitor and start running these and start writing down the settings. I do want to get the I would definitely do a PAM bot account, and we would call it ATR. The ATR, what would you call it? ATR whore. I prefer an inappropriate title, if at all possible, before that goes illegal. We call it the Pip whore. We don't call the because this idea of calling it the master breakout system. How about we call it the dysfunctional breakout bot trader, right? Non-directional system 58.2. Always wanted to have something named like fancy, like I remember when the Chevrolet came out with like a F 2.0. I thought F, yeah, fuck, I like that. Yeah, that's good. That's a good name. Ferrari. That's anything. Words with an F this time. So yeah, if I had this guy running, now this same instrument, now I'm going to switch the settings again. And that was my scalp bot. Now I'm going to go for a greedy bot. I'm liking this 16 to make 32 with an initial, with a trailing 10. We protect our profits. 2 standard lots. So we're 27. Let's see what we do on this 4-hour chart. This is very, like I said, this is 4-hour project, but you need a team of people working on this. The idea that you're going to just, you can get in other words, one instrument per account. So you have the Euro, Yen, PAM. So if you have PAMs, you have more than one. You have the Euro Yen breakout system, if you want to be generic. And you just run that, and that's what people just invest, and it's $100. And once we get a pool of money in there, then we just have basically, we have something to pay for if we have a crisis in our life. We've got extra money backup, right? That's what we want to have. We want to have backup funds, So, we have enough to live, and then we want to have extra. Now, let's take a look. I want to fast forward that. 27 is what we ended up with. Now we have a way greedier target and a greedier we're giving the market way more room. So we're at 28. We're probably not going to we may not make as much money because I said that scalp bot has to be in there with this bot. And this bot may have stellar performance. You don't want to get carried away. You want to keep track of these bots when you launch them. I would say run both bots, and in the terminal window, when you see the results, you have to find in the code where it's going to make the comment. And keep track of these things, their performance, how well they're doing, where and when. So this way, like, you're not dependent on one bot to save your life. It's just not going to happen because it may have a stellar performance in certain areas, but the other guy has to pad the account and build the equity from a scalping standpoint, and you have the big giant target standpoint. So here it didn't make as much money. And maybe I should run it on a daily. Now, curse the thought, but if you're a scalper, you can't even imagine this system. But on the daily, we're just going to test it. It'll only trade once a day now. I still can't get that. My computer's still fucking slow as shit here. Okay. This probably take longer actually to compile this because it took longer to do the 4-hour. I usually test on daily, but let's just see what we can get out of this thing. And I'm on a 5-month capture of price randomly. Now we could take random segments anywhere in the 5. This way we're never curve fitting. We just go, give me 5 months. Let me do my work, right? This is like a thing that vacuums your floor. So I was at my buddy's house last weekend, and this is a guy who he doesn't drink anymore, so he's sober. Nice calm person. And so here comes this TV commercial over the air. They have digital signals now in the air, and it's the grill robot. It's a tripod. It's triangular, and it's got like maybe like 3 beater brushes per every 120 degrees, and this thing is cleaning your grill. And I thought, man, in a Saw movie, this could go terribly wrong. But this thing's cleaning your grill, and like, oh boy, that's fascinating. And but this is what you're doing in the market. You're just scrubbing price, scrubbing for price. It kind of takes the fun out of it in a way. I mean, yeah, having a team of robots, I kind of think it's like a production situation where I think the guy who considers himself a sniper says, well, you're really kind of ruining the art of what I do and how I map out supply and demand zones, and you're ruining all my cleverness. You're taking away the fun of trading, and you just gonna be running them robots there. That ain't real trading, son. So they have all the vitriol and stuff, which it's incredible, right? Oh, I suppose you're just gonna put on a trade then. Yeah. Okay, so now look, it's getting killed here. No, that's weird. I see my equity. I just took a hit there. Okay, well, we're down $700. We just wiped out 7 of our PAM investors. Oops. Oh, but we're making it back this month. How many trades is this thing doing? I want to see it trade on the daily. Oh, it skipped a couple days. I would say this is definitely under trading for me. That's the daily chart. Putting them candlesticks on there, son, is what you're missing. Ooh, it made something there. Wow. Well, let's skip to the end here, man. So this is probably only going to trade a couple of times. Yeah, we've only done 12 trades. Well, 5 months. If we do one trade a week. Okay. Now I could probably get out the big guns and put in the... Now here's a whole nother approach is you're running daily charts only. And you got daily bots out there. I mean, nothing's really going to matter. It's not doing anything different than any other trader would do. I put in my stop and this and my ratio, and you have a team of bots that maybe 3 trades go off a day across, 3 instruments, and there you go, you're making money. Looks like we're taking a hit here. It's trading quite a bit actually in 5 months, isn't it now? I'm still risking 16 to make 32 there. Oof. I think I should put in some bigger targets. So here I'm going to put in what I would consider to be appropriate for the daily charts would be, and thank God I wrote all these fuckers. I may have to change the size here, but here is a oof. Okay, this is 1.5 standard lots. We're looking to make 44 pips. Let's try to make 60. I don't know what the size this is trading though. And this will take for fucking ever to compile. It's just one instrument. But yeah, these markets can move 60 pips after the breakout. Yeah. So, the hissing of summer lawns here. Yeah. Electric lawnmowers are cool, but then you cut the cord accidentally. Oh boy. Yeah, look at this currency here. Wow. White lines matter. Okay, that's the weekly. Here's the daily. So 10 pips can be had all day long. That's why that robot does so well with the 8 pip stop. It really does amazingly well. This gotta take forever on the daily, man. Okay. Oh, you put on a trade? No. Okay. So on the daily now, with these big giant targets of 60 pips, let's see what we get out of it. Okay, we've done 8 trades. We got clobbered on the open there. I think I'm trading, not sure what size this is. We're trading 10Ks. So a lot tamer equity curve, dollar-wise. Okay, you're making 250 bucks there. Okay, it's trading 10Ks. We haven't blown up the account. We did take a hit there on that first couple stop outs. Daily signals. Really lofty targets, though. Quite a bit of risk, too. But of course, dollar-wise, it's not that painful. We're not making a ton of money. We're not losing a ton of money. And that's just because of the size. So all these things, you know, if you were to backtest those, the whole word just is scary. But, I mean, from the standpoint of that's some going to happen. You're talking about 1 million backtests. You're talking about 1 million fucking settings. Is this thing done trading? Yeah, I guess it's done. So that's crazy. Now, if I run that on the 4 hour, I'm curious how it trades on the 4. So we can either have these insane targets that we will never see, or we have these high probability, well, we could get 26 pip burst out of this thing. So here I have big targets on the 4 hour, 60 pip targets, bad spread, well, 3 pips, euro versus pound. Now maybe this market just doesn't, this is a 10Ks we're trading, maybe the market doesn't have enough in it to really, volatility really ever going to see 60 pips out of this currency. So I'll run it on the guppy on the 4 hour here after this test. But this, I could talk about this for the next 4 hours. I mean, it's utterly fascinating, the different approaches, and this is stop entry only, I'm pretty sure. Okay, climbing out of the hole here equity-wise. We just made a new high. So we'd have to, and this is trading 10Ks, we'd have to, we're starting to see the volatility pick up. We don't know if the market's going up or down. We just know that we're starting to hit those 60 pip winners maybe, or the trailing stop is running at 25 pips, 15 pip trailing stop. So it'll at least make 15 pips on the trailings, riding a 10K. Let me throw it on the guppy. Same time period. Why are they hiding the guppy on me? People. Why? Yeah, that really is an extreme currency pair. It's up at the top. My mouse is all lagged out. Okay. Latest version of this software just sucks a dick. The video software. Big giant Kong dong dick. Okay, we're waiting for the update. Now this is the guppy with this 25 pip initial stop looking to make 60. So I'm trading 10Ks on here. Now we could also do that. We have wide stops with the 10Ks, tights with the standard 2 standard lots, and now this would be part of the. We changed that one dimension. We just changed the landscape of every trajectory off of the center point, out to infinity. It's a lot to consider. Building these bots is a lot to consider. Just thinking about the market dynamics is a lot to consider. Okay, so here comes a guppy. 25 pip initial stop. Trailing stop at 15. Targets at 60. We have a ATR of 1. I don't know what those other two numbers are. It'll open the code. It's been a while. It's just like dude, it's so much work. I mean, even if you ran robots, you still have to manage them. It's not like they have a mind of their own. Okay, so I'm on the 4 hour in the guppy with my 60 pip winners. We should make some money here because this is capable of 60 pips. So I'm on a 10K. It's kind of getting its ass kicked there a little bit. It's got to make it. I'd say in 100 trades, we better be up because we could start getting clobbered. But, 60 pips, we could go for a greedier target. We may be getting cashed out with our 25 pip, with our trailing stop of and this is the big determinant of success is our 15 pips. We're locking in 15 as the market goes in our favor. This is a big component. Right, so you can see a team of guppy bots because it's a very dynamic. I mean, look at this move here, and I didn't even trade that. If I take the data set back there, I guarantee I made 60 pips on there, but that's when you have the, and this is like the black swan of trading there. You're risking this to make that. That's a ratio of like 40 to, that's like 20 to 1 ratios there, literally 20 to 1 ratios. My neighbor's going full martial arts. It's kind of fucking got a triangle hat on. So, my neighbor's martial artist. I mean, he's crazy, man. This guy's so out of shape. I'm like, dude, you just need to lose weight. You don't need to be a martial artist. I guess it works in his favor, right? Punch me. Got a lot of cushion for the pushing. Did this thing stop trading? I think it just churned away there. So it didn't make too much more money. Too wide a stop. Here's a tighter stop with a less greedy take profit. $20 pips to make 40 with a 14 pip trailing stop. 4 hour chart. We still miss this trade here. Okay, so we're not too greedy. We're risking 20 pips. It's the guppy. Let's skip to the end of the story. Now, if I'd set that trailing stop super tight, I'd basically make this into a scalping program. Just by default. So here, we're just picking up our 40 pips and taking off. So if this robot's running in concert with the 8 to make 13, and we can take advantage of this whole first move, we could be out of our trade by here. We could burst, exit, boom, you're out. Which is what this is doing. 20 pips to make 40 with a trailing 12. This is the best performance. It's maybe making those 40s sometime. Sometimes it's hitting that 40. We could have the same stops. What I did was I wrote each robot is its own settings. So we have multi-bot thing going on here. All right, so this robot does well. Undeniably well. On the 4-hour chart on the Guppy. I don't think it would make this much money. And this is trading at 10K. Sorry. 2 standard lots. But we could switch it to a 10K. So we'd only be up about we'd only be up like $900. I mean, we would be up $400 right now. So what I would do is I would save as, okay, so I just compiled this with a 10 and renamed it. I'm going to load the same bot. See, I think it's just going to make $400. So here we made like 30. So we should make $300? No, we should make $600 with the 10K settings. See if I get that right. So I just renamed the size. Yeah. Okay, we're waiting for that. The TDM. I'm an hour of TDM into it. But it is fascinating. So, actually, I think if I approached the public with, if I went down to the coffee shop and said, I want to build a, it has to use the nomenclature of current day. I want to build a high frequency, or you just say I want to build a trading robot. I think most people would be. Algorithms kind of fancy speak. I mean, I don't really know what that means. Algorithm is just too ridiculous to even talk like that. So what I did was I trading a 10K. Let me skip to the end and see what the equity looks like. I'm thinking $600 it's going to make. If I did the math right. So all I did was change the size. You could get your brain around, okay, you've done 44 trades. You've made $140. People think, oh, look at this guy. He's making money at this stupid fucking... He's trading 10Ks. It's not bad, right? 10K. Broker's not going to tell you you're over trading, right? You can do a 10K. You can trade 20 tickets. You're doing 20. Doing 2 standard lots. So it should make 600, I'm thinking. Okay, so when you get to here, you're like, oh, you know what? We made ourselves $1,000 right now. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's trading 10K. Maybe it's $6,000. It's gonna make. I don't know. Yeah, $6,000. So that's 200. We did 214 trades. We're up X. Settings here are pretty tame. 20 to make 40 with a trailing. So what I can do is I could just change one setting on here where I run a wider stop, a tighter stop. I could go to an 8. So I would just take that and rename it. Okay, so I'm going to make a new one here with a tighter stop, same size. I'm going to bring the trailing stop is going to be brought up to 8. Okay. And then I'm going to make this tighter to 18. Compile that. And we have a slightly different bot. Now, we have a cluster of bots running in a tight pack there. Okay, so it made, we'll say, $1,600. Now, I'm going to do the same data set on the same instrument, the guppy, and I'm just going to snug up the stop. Now we have an 8 pip stop of trailing. So all the scalpers are up here at the top. But this is going to be the 20 should be 8 18. Oh, okay, I did it wrong. I just called it 8 instead of 08, so now it's going to be down here. Okay, so we find ourselves down here. This is the one I just dialed in. 08 forces it to be at the top. I should have named it 08, so when I go to the top of the stack, I know that's where my scalps are. It's really hard to, when you've done this much stuff, you can get so disorganized, you can't fucking believe it. Still waiting for this to update. Now, this should snug up our stats. We made like 1,500, 1,600 last time. It's taking less risk here. It's tighter money management. And once it gets out of a trade, I think it's set up to do another trade. And actually, there's how many trades it's going to do in a row in the code, but I don't know about that part. So there is an unknown in there. Still in the 4-hour chart. It's not going to overtrade it. It's hard to blow up the account. Like if you know this number. Now, a 1-hour robot, and that robot that Ryan looks like he's using, Ryan Brown, it's looking at too small a time frame. I could let this thing go. Oh, so it's up $300. And because it's got this trailing scalp out, see? So this would have to run in conjunction with the wider stops. Slightly different criteria for entry. One guy's and maybe 2 instruments, right? So you add to your, maybe you blow up one of your trading accounts, but the other guys are killing it. So you're going to draw off of those. So you put money across all these accounts, and yeah, you're going to blow one up. So we made it to about 1,600 on the last robot. This one we snugged up the settings. We're still running with a bad spread. I'm going to put a worse spread in there. And to get this robot to be robust, it's going to have to be able to trade with an 8 pip spread and on the 4-hour chart with scalps in there, you know. I mean, 5 pip spread, 8 pip trailing stop. Okay, it made something. You know, it's holding its own, man. It's like having a retarded employee, but he only does one task. How can he fuck that up? And it is, you know. So we didn't make, I don't think we made as much money there. I can't tell. Yeah, we didn't quite make as much money. We'd taken profits too early. So fine-tuning a cluster of bots in a certain range. Now I'm curious, this is a very scalp, but this also has a 90 pip target. I want to see what happens with this. Apparently you need a solid state drive just to retrieve the data. So I'd have to get that loaded. Yeah, so I'm using Windows 8 with a solid state drive. Because I don't think, you know, you want to blow through, or you have another slow computer in the back of the room, but you still got to load each one of these test runs. I could pick a longer data set and let it go, you know, let it churn, and skip to the end on everything. Just, you know, don't watch it trade. So here I have a 90 pip take profit, and here I have the scalp built in money management wise. So it's a scalp with a big greedy target should it ever happen. I have an initial 16 pip stop looking to make 90 pips. It's trading 2 standard lots though, so we can't compare it to the last dollar amount run. But I can make this into a 10K. So, I mean, I could be here all day. I could write probably, if I spent the rest of the day and I got some momentum going, I could write about 300 robots, ATR based, with the same delta. I mean, I'd be writing like, okay, this has a 9 pip stop to make X, blah, blah, blah. And everything on the 4 hour. Everything on the 4 hour. And this is what you would have. And this is pure non-directional trading. Don't forget, the whole premise is that you just don't give a fuck. Well, the robot doesn't give a fuck. It's perfect fit. You give a fuck. You can see the big picture. You can run your stupid moving averages on another chart. But if you want to make money, you cannot give a fuck. It just doesn't have anything to do with it. What's love got to do with it? Nothing. You can't, I mean, it's just stupid. I think maybe it did run an ATR 3 on this, looks like. So maybe I'm wrong again. Wait. Okay, so we're done with that run. Let me rewrite this as a 10K. Now we're going to run this bot. I just took the size down to 10K, right? Because we may not be able to survive. So here's the settings. 18 initial stop. I said 16 nose line. 18 initial, looking to make 90 with an 8 pip trail. So we have the scalp built into this by virtue of the, and we're going to run a 10K version. We have an ATR 3, so we smoothed out the entry a little bit. We did take a little edge off of that. Now we could do a 2 and a 1 of this. And if you can see how complicated, you could literally get to 300 bots. And you'd be so good at knowing how this guy is going to perform in this market on this instrument. And just let it go. If we know that we're only risking 18 pips per how many times that's going to trade, and it's on the 4-hour chart, it's not going to trade. I think it waits. Honestly, I'd have to look in the code. Let me see, because there's so many of these things I've run. If there's a mention of time in here. Okay, this is going to run. Actually, what I've also done here, and now that I'm starting all over again with this, we could have it not trade in Asia. We could have it avoid Asia, which would improve everything. It may actually unimprove it, because we're looking for any type of breakout. But we could change this, and the shift we could fuck with. And that's why I think that the settings are described. You could, like here I put 3. 1 is the increase, and I don't know what that means. I guess if it gets the delta's 2, slippage is 2. That's what these numbers refer to here. So I just call this ATR bot because this is what's going to come up in the comments, which they're already wrong. But you can make that whatever you want. We have trailing stops. I'm pretty sure this is placing. I don't understand this. It looks like at the market. Or it does stops. I don't even know what it's doing, honestly. I have not looked through the history. I don't know what these mean. I do not know what any of this means. I see buy and sell. I do not see a mention of trend, though. I'm pretty certain there's no direction to this, which is beautiful. Let's run it. This is going to be a 10K now. ATR 3. So actually 1, 2, 3 is very critical. We could have a robot that we run with a 2. It's going to have slightly different results, I'm hoping. We'd have to document all this. When I say we, me, myself, and I, apparently anybody that's up for it. So you don't have to. Robot trading's not for the faint of heart. It sounds like an easy solution. I think it's more trouble than it's worth, as Joni Mitchell said. More trouble than it's worth. Let's see what we get. Now we're running the 10K now. Okay, so you're up $40. You're out of your 16. Your worst drawdown here. Now I'm going to pick a different sample size again. And here we're still looking to make those greedy 90 pips. Okay, we're up $200, so we can kind of relax a little bit. If it starts to overtrade, it's going to start getting 18 pip hits. 18 to make 90 is my ratio here. So you're up $500. You've done 128 trades. You're in 5 months of data. So in 5 months, you have made let's see where we at. Can I see the results as they come in? Curious. Okay, so I'm getting hit by 16. And okay, so we've made 1,000. Trading 10Ks. Dollar-wise, they're not making as much money, but we're not going to blow up the account. Then I want to go back about, I want to do a big sample size, as they say. Now, as the volatility changes, of course, the 4-hour chart, like I said, the beauty is you're not going to overtrade it. So in 5 months, we made 1,000. So in 5 months, we made $1,000 or something. 1,500, let's say. It's better than a kick in the head. Let me go back to, wait, let me first make a ATR of 1 out of this and see what that looks like. Oh, geez. Made an ATR of 1. An army of 1. I have to set it up here. I name it, then I adjusted the name. Going for 1. This is super snug. Skin tight. And let's see what that looks like now. We got a number here of 1,500. Let's do a run here. Oh shit. Gotta load it. Okay. Let's run that. All right, so here we're testing variations. And now I'm running a 90 pip to take profit, 18 pip stop. We're going back for more data now. Let's see what kind of stuff we can get out of this data. But if nothing else, it proves that money management does matter. Trailing stops, which all the manual trading that all the ones that I did on that account, I just kept trading one direction. And this is non-directional trading, so this would definitely outperform that. And that's just you know, no money management will blow up the account. I guaranteed. Unless you don't care, there's not enough money in the account that doesn't matter to you. Like you make 10 grand a month and you lost $1,000 a month trading. It just doesn't matter. I mean, it wouldn't matter to your life, you know, if you've got $1 million in the bank and you're making 10 grand a month, the money just doesn't matter. So, but if it mattered and you're trying to build it, like, in other words, you could take $1 million and just let it rip, and just lose 10 grand a year, and it's gonna take you 10 years to wipe it out, right? Something like that. Or no, that'd be 100,000. So you'd be pretty good. You'd be pretty padded. I'm assuming there's only 10 months in a year. Why isn't there 10 months in a year? They should have gone metric on that too. Okay, so we'll get to experience this big smash down now. We went back for deeper data. But I'm just going to blow to the end here. 4-hour chart, looking to make 90 pips with an 18 pip initial stop, 8 pip trailing. So it's going to scalp out and probably miss out on some glorious targets because of that scalp built in. Trading at 10Ks here. So yeah, once you get to about 100 trades here, if you can get the account up. Okay, it looks like we're out of the woods. Now, since it's only trading 6 times a day max, it's pretty hard to blow up the account with a 10K with $10,000 in the account. I think it's doing one trade at a time too, so you're not. Also, if you were to trade 10Ks at the market, you can do a 30K real easy and get in trouble. You're overloaded in the wrong direction. You think the market's going up, it's going down. You think it's going down, it's going up. Where this is an objective view of reality here. And the 4-hour chart does very well. 1-hour chart, I guarantee you, it's just going to overtrade it, get trapped in fake breakouts. It's almost like you'd have to run a 1-hour limit bot against the 4-hour breakout bot. So you could also consider that. Each time you add an element, though, it's like a band, orchestra. Every time you add a string section, these people all have to be on the same page. You can't compose a piece of music without taking in consideration every component of the fucking goddamn overall song. The account, this is why it's ridiculous to think about having a single robot. Really, you're going to have some guy play the whole orchestra. You got 2 guys playing. You got an orchestra to orchestrate. Orchestration of the robots is how you're going to make money. Just like having a factory. If you know a guy's he has visual skills, you're going to put him on a visual system. You're never going to take somebody who can't fucking think about this other thing and stick him over there. You wouldn't think about it with a robot, right? You wouldn't think about doing that. So I guarantee you if I put this on the 1-hour chart, it's just going to blow it up. Right? We're not going to make, so we made 16 on the 1-hour chart. What are we going to make, right? If we make it. Actually, it might do better. Now it's trading. You can see my take profits unrealistic. It's ridiculous. It's making money on the scalp. So you could have a 1-hour bot, but see how it's getting its ass kicked? See how it's over trading? It's struggling to make equity here. See, now you're flat. You're not making shit. You're over trading it. Yeah, see, it's going to get clobbered. And you have greedy take profits of 90 pips. You have an 18 pip stop on a 1-hour chart. Are you nuts? Okay, proof, right? So I'm not going to run the daily because it'll take too long. Yeah, I'll do the daily, but I'll just pause the video. It'll take forever. We finally got the dailies to start trading here. This took forever. So, let's skip to the forward. This is breakouts on the daily now. We might be able to see 90 pips. If we's lucky. Yeah. So, We're waiting for this thing to trade. Again, we're waiting. Okay, this thing's chunking away, man. It's taking forever. This is on a daily chart. We've done 100 trades. We've done, looking at a span of time. We're going back like a year at least. So there you go. Dumbass trade. So it's done trading. Let's see. We won 78% of the shorts, 80% of the longs. Nice balanced. I want to see the results here, though. Why can't I see all my trades? We never made. So look at scalping. It's not making shit. How often does it make more than $16 at lost? Oh. Anyways. I can't even, it goes, I barely trades, my $16 winning there. Oh. Rarely does it make more. Okay, made $20. Anyways, looks like it got stopped out with a win. Wow. I don't know what to make of it. Anyways, there it is. There you have it.